What's up, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? Thank you guys for joining me today. Today's video, we're going to do something that I've never done before, and that's chopped beef sandwich. Now, I got to be honest to say, I'm not a huge fan of chopped beef sandwiches, particularly, when you use brisket, chop it up to make a sandwich, largely because they usually tend to be dry and not as seasoned very well. However, I was talking to a coworker today, we were talking about it, and it actually got me in the mood for one. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got right at about 6 pounds or slightly under a 6-pound brisket that we're going to smoke on the Weber kettle using the slow and sear. I'm going to season it up with some Kosmos Q rubs. Once it's done, we're going to chop it up and we're going to make some sandwiches. Now I'm going to cook this hot and fast. I will not know the temperature. I'm going to open the bottom vents all the way open and the top vents on my Weber kettle all the way open. Pack it with some charcoal and just let the bad boy run, and we're gonna see how quick we could get this done. So I'll show you what the brisket looks like. We'll get it seasoned up, get it on the Weber kettle, and get this video underway. You ready? Let's get started. All right, you guys, so I thought I was filming the trimming of this, but I guess I didn't push the record button all the way. So let me tell you what I've done so far. So here I had a 6.5 or slightly under a 6-pound prime brisket, and what I've done is I just took off a little bit of the silver skin on top. You can still see there's quite a bit on here. I'm not really overly concerned with that since we're going to chop it up. There were some spots that were a little more heavier with the silver skin that I trimmed off. I did trim off the sides a little bit. It was a little discolored. And on the fat cap side, I did very minimal trimming. I trimmed a little bit here and a little bit here. That's it. Since I'm chopping this up, I want to leave a lot of this fat cap on. That's going to do a couple of things. I'm going to season it, cook it fat cap up. So once I chop it up, that's going to add extra flavor into the meat. But also the fat is going to add moisture into the brisket once it's chopped up. My issue with chopped beef sandwiches is that they're dry usually. So I want to leave as much fat on here as I can, chop it up, mix it in with the rest of the meat. It's just going to add moisture and flavor to it. So I'm going to leave this on. Again, I just did a little bit trimming. It was a little bit high up here, so I just took a little bit of that off. That's it. I'm going to get this seasoned up. We're going to use some Kosmos Q rubs and get it on the Weber kettle. Let's get it seasoned up. All right, you guys, so the rubs I'm going to use for the brisket, I'm going to use the Kosmos Q cow cover. Is going to be one of them. I'm going to use the Hot Dirty Bird from Kosmos. And the Texas beef from Kosmos. So I've got them all in a shaker. We're going to get this bad boy seasoned up. So I'm going to give this a good coating. I've used this combination before. I really like it. These Kosmos rubs, man, they're killer. If you haven't tried them, I know most of you have. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Dirty Bird, go with the cow cover. Then we're going to come back with the Texas beef. And this I'm just going to put on the top, not the sides. And I'm just going to hit repeat on the fat cap side. Get it ready for the smoker. So let's get this over. And that is it. We're going to let it sit for about 20 minutes. 20-30 minutes. I do have the Weber already going, or I'm getting it ready. Getting the charcoal fired up. We're going to use the slow and sear. Let this sit, and again, 20-30 minutes. We'll pick back up, get it on the Weber kettle. All right, you guys, I got the brisket on. I've got some pecan chunks underneath the charcoal. I'm gonna run this as hot as I can. It's really cold outside. It's probably about 35 degrees. For us, that's cold in Texas. But I got my bottom vents completely wide open, and I'm gonna have my vent on my lid completely wide open. So I'll try to find my kitchen thermometer to put it in here to try to monitor the temp, but we'll see. Anyway, get that lid on and let it cook. Well, you guys, we're just a tad over 2 hours in. This is what it looks like. It's really plumped up, which means that this is, I don't know what the temp is running at, but it's pretty hot because to make it plump up like that. So what I'm going to do is, look at that, 177. 2 hours in, and this thing is almost done. I don't know what the temp is that the pit is cooking at, but it got up there really fast. And I could tell as soon as I pulled the lid off, this hump here, it just kind of swelled up. So that's a good indication. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to take it inside. This bark is set. I'm going to wrap it in some foil and then bring it back out and just let it go to probably about 215 is probably the finishing temp that I'm aiming for. See if we can make that out. There you go, 174. So let me get this inside, we'll get it wrapped up. All right, so here's a brisket. I'm gonna wrap it in some foil. I'm not gonna add any liquid to it at all. Again, this brisket has been going for actually right at 2.5 hours. And it already came up to temp. I mean, you guys saw the temp in the previous footage. Not sure what the Weber was running at, but with the bottom vents wide open and the top vent wide open, it was pretty hot. So, and I could tell this lump here, when you run at a hot temperature, that's gonna make that brisket swell up. So that's perfect. I'm gonna get it wrapped up, back on the pit for probably about another 45 minutes, and then we'll take a look at it then. All right, you guys, this brisket has been wrapped for right about 1.5 hours, and I just pulled it off. We're gonna temp it. Oh man, good gosh. Look at that. You guys see how easy that's going in? Let's see what a temp is. 211. Lower there, 210. 211. But look at that. You guys see that? You guys see how easy that's going in? Good gosh almighty. That's what we want to pay attention to, not necessarily the temperature. The temperature is just a guide, but this thing is tender as all get out. Good gosh almighty. Anyway, I'm gonna let it vent for probably about 5-10 minutes, and I'm gonna wrap it back up. I'm gonna let it rest for a little while, and then we're just gonna chop this bad boy up. But you know what? It just smells too good. Look at that. Look at that jiggle. Ooh, it's hot. I gotta give me a little taste. I'm sorry. Ooh. You don't want to be eaten. Come here. Come to Papa. Good gosh almighty, that's good. That's what it looks like. Again, we're gonna let it rest. We'll get to chopping it up, making some sandwiches. It's gonna be good. All right, you guys, I got that entire brisket chopped up. Just got in some foil here, as you can see. I'm gonna add some sauce. The sauce I'm gonna use is this Kosmos Q's Op X1. This is his newest sauce, and I gotta tell you, I tasted it out of the bottle. It's damn good. Now, it's a brand new bottle. I'm not gonna use it all because I'm gonna use this in some competition this weekend. So, I am gonna take just a little bit right over the top. And then get it mixed up. You know what? I'm gonna have to order another one of these and have it shipped overnight because there's some good stuff. So, got some on here. We're just gonna mix this brisket up. Get that sauce incorporated in there. And I am gonna top this on I got a King's Hawaiian bun that we're gonna use. I think the sweetness from that King's Hawaiian bun with the sweetness from this sauce, the flavor of this rub, it's gonna be good. We're gonna top it with some pickles. I thought I had onion. I just looked. I do not have onion, which is, you know, not that big of a deal because I really don't like raw onion, so I'll do without it. Anyway, this is the brisket, what it looks like. Man, I tasted a piece of this brisket before I chopped it up, and it was damn good. Those Kosmos rubs are amazing. So I'm gonna get a bun together, get a sandwich made up, and we're gonna get to tasting. All right, you guys, so here's the sandwich made up. I topped it with some dill pickles and then drizzled a little more barbecue sauce on top. That's what it looks like. Good gosh, it looks good. I can't wait to try this. It's gonna be yum. Let's give it a taste. This is messy. But we're gonna give it a shot. So here's the sandwich here. You can see it's kind of falling all over the place. But this is, you know, good chopped beef sandwich should be big, messy, dripping all over the place. That's how a good one should be. Let's give it a taste. Normally, I'm not a chopped beef sandwich kind of guy. This sandwich here, phenomenal. The rubs are absolutely amazing, which doesn't surprise me at all. I've used these rubs before, and the Kosmos rubs are phenomenal rubs. That sauce, first time using that sauce, it is damn good. Good gosh almighty. This is a very, very good sandwich. Again, I normally don't have chopped beef sandwiches. This one is not dry at all. I think leaving all that fat cap on there made a huge difference. When I chopped it all up, all that fat got mixed in with the meat, so it added more flavor and moisture to it. That's definitely the way to go. So this sandwich is phenomenal. I can't wait for the missus to try it. I'm gonna finish this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Take care.